One of Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriends made a shocking confession in the Epstein files, so let's talk about it. So this is Eva Dubin and Jeffrey Epstein. I believe this is in the 1980s. You have probably heard Eva's name a lot by now. Eva and Glenn Dubin are a married couple. They are all over the Epstein files. And unfortunately, their children are also all over the Epstein files. There are so many pictures of these guys and their kids. They're very young kids hanging out with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And side note, eerily, Eva Dubin at one point invited Jeffrey Epstein over in a message that's in the files. And she basically stated, "Come over, my daughter Selena is going to have friends over." Keep in mind, Selena was in high school at the time. She was inviting Jeffrey Epstein over to her young teenage daughter's sleepover with other underage girls. Pretty disturbing if you ask me. Also, another side note, did you know that Eva Dubin actually testified during Ghislaine Maxwell's trial as a character witness for the defense? She basically took the stand and tried to discredit all of the victims and witnesses and, quote, disprove the allegations. So, Eva Dubin, I think, knows a lot more than she lets on to. Especially when you check out this message exchange between Epstein and Eva Dubin. You can see sent in 2019 in March of that year. Eva writes to Epstein, "How are you?" 100 emoji. And Epstein writes, "It's so wild to hear my name at the White House press conference. At some point the truth will come out, but until then, wow." So that's, I take that as Epstein basically confirming everything that we've talked about, He's saying at some point the truth will come out. I think that he was basically telling Eva, I've done all this stuff in my life. You know about this stuff. The truth is going to come out, because when you say that to someone, the truth is going to come out. I assume that the person who's receiving that message knows what the truth is. And how does Eva respond? Well, she says, "So crazy. People have nothing better to do than make up wild stories, especially considering who is leading this country right now." So that would have been during Trump's presidency, which I find to be very interesting. She's throwing some shade at Trump for some reason. I think people should dig into that too. But it's really this message to focus on and what Epstein meant by "the truth will come out" at some point. Let me remind you, the FBI, the DOJ, they've never formally interviewed Eva Dubin. Even though she was Jeffrey Epstein's longtime girlfriend, she and her husband Glenn are intimately connected to Epstein in thousands of different ways. And she even testified in Ghislaine's defense at Ghislaine's trial. Nobody to this day, I don't believe, not at least publicly, has ever questioned Eva about what she knows. So if this makes you upset, please consider raising hell about all of this, because the quieter we are, the easier it is for them to get away with all this. Anyways, y'all, follow along for more updates.